Hi, good morning. Welcome to HeKate's Crossing. Okay, I want to dive deeper into the Seasons of the Witch, the Samhain Oracle, because we're moving into the wintry, we've been moving through the wintry months for us, and so we've been moving through Samhain. I sort of want to work with that on a deeper level with the supernatural tarot as well, but I want to do a bit of a sort of a deep study, not just with my own initial thoughts, but maybe let's have a look at the book and see what else the message is for us. So starting with sort of supernatural tarot, I sort of just want to do a quick 3-card spread. So I'm just shuffling quickly the cards because I don't choose from the top. I'm going to choose sort of within the deck. So let's choose just 3 cards. One. This is going to take a little bit of time, so I hope you're going to be patient with me. I just sort of want to sort of look at my initial thoughts and then have a look at the book and see what further information we actually get. So that's the 3 tarot cards that we're going to use, right, to start with, and the 3 oracle cards from the Samhain Oracle. Samhain Oracle. Should I say Samhain Oracle? Should I say Seasons of the Witch Samhain? Okay, so we've got card number 1, card number 2. I'm not turning them over just yet, and card number 3. Okay, so let's have a look. Okay, so let's look at card number 1 in the tarot. Okay, we've got Queen of Bones. So Queen of Bones to me is the sense of passion, this motivation to achieve exactly what I need at this time, right? And so this one is about elements. So it could be about connecting to the energy of the 4 elements. Now, okay, so we've looked at what my own thoughts are in regards to this. We're looking at Queen of Bones. So to me, she's about, nurturing the energy of what I desire. Okay, and it could come from working with the 4 elements. So let's have a look at what Queen of Bones is in the book, because we're doing further study here. So we're going to look at what the Queen of Bones is. Let's have a look and see what Queen of Bones is in this one. The Queen of Bones is an ambitious, alluring leader who gets what she wants. She loves attention and gets it. Whether you find yourself fighting the Winchesters or facing a more mundane battle, use ingenuity and determination to see you through to victory. So that's interesting, isn't it? And so let's have a look and see what the elements card is in this one. So that's card number 16. Elements. So the keywords for elements is Mother Earth and harmony. And the little saying at the bottom says, remember to feel the warmth pulsing through her womb. You are a child of Mother. True harmony awaits you. So it's about connecting to Mother Earth and finding the harmony that you need to move forward. So do you feel the heat of the fire, the dampness of water, the whip of the wind, and the waves of the earth? Imagine being Mother Earth dealing with all the elements. Somehow she manages to find harmony. The elements card represents harmony and the need to make room for all energies of allowing yourself to be present. For example, if you feel sad, sit in the dark sadness and ask your sorrow what it needs to know. The same applies for the different emotions that come up for you. You are being guided to find harmony despite the various storms blowing your way. There is a reason for every symbolic storm. every quake, every fire, and every mudslide. You may not see the reasons behind these events. Nevertheless, these occurrences are happening so that you can release this energy, making way for healing to take place. Each season in your life must have time with you. You must allow the abundance and bountiful colour of spring and the creativity and illumination of summer. But you must also allow the releasing and shedding of fall. Things must fall away once they've served their purpose, and do not forget the quiet hibernation of winter. Don't fight against your seasons, flow with them, embracing each one for the gift offered. Okay, so I've read it, but I'm not going to remember that. That's too much information. So basically, it's sort of talking about wanting my desires. What do I actually want? And I need to find that through finding a sense of harmony by embracing the emotions and things that I'm feeling right now. That's basically what I'm going to take from that. I'm not going to remember everything from the book. It's just remembering just some keywords and not going too much into it. Okay, so the second card we've got here is death. Well, death for me is definitely about transformation. Change is taking place. Maybe sitting in a moment of darkness and allowing things to sort of end and fall away so that we can move forward on the journey. And it may come from a ritual. Can you feel them? Wild creatures linked by the very blood you will spill into your craft. A ritual of dedication to self and those whose gazes hold fire, but who whispers carry you softly through the unknown. I'm not going to go into a whole lot of detail on here, otherwise we're going to take forever, but it's just to show you that first lot that I did, to show you how I sort of go into the book, have a look at the information. I'm not going to remember it all, so just take what seems relevant in that moment with my own thoughts. So let's have a quick look at death. I'm just going to have a quick here. Death, the horseman, is an ancient being who plays an important role in preserving the natural order by instigating the transition from life to afterlife. Death as a tarot card symbolizes the inevitable nature of important transformations. In other words, I'm going through a transition that will ultimately have a big impact on my life. Change can sometimes be a challenging process, but trust the outcome will be worth it. And coming through from ritual, which is 33, which is an interesting number. Okay, let's have a look at ritual. Keywords are dedication and harnessing. So let's have a quick look and see what the dedication is. Okay, ritual is the very foundation of witches' practice. It is the doorway to worlds unseen and a rite of passage. It is the deliberate honouring of the wise ones who've walked before us, the spiritual ones who've watched over us, also a dedication to self, a place where you find yourself in your practice and harnessing the power within. So it's a sense, when you look at this, it's about dedicating myself to moving through the transitions or the transformations that I need to go through to move ahead. It's an interesting take on it all, isn't it? When you start to sort of read this here, without going into too much detail of the book, but it just gives you an idea of what the cards could mean in a further detail. So let's have a look at here. Here we have the 8 of Bones. So 8 of Bones is, to me, is about things moving quickly. Things moving quite quickly, quite intense. There could be some passion as you move through this process as well. And it comes through candle magic. So candle magic could be the sense of, and it was actually reversed in some way. So we could look at the reversed meanings of candle magic. So it could be about trying to find a sense of illumination. Maybe we're using candle magic. Let's have a look at what 8 of Bones actually means to start with. So it's interesting that we've got bones here. So we're looking about desires, creativity, energy as well. So 8 of Bones advises you to embrace the changes and transformations. Sometimes this tarot card can suggest you're heading into a busy, hectic chapter of your life. Rather than getting overwhelmed, things will be easier for you if you go with the flow. So it may feel as though you've got to, so here we're talking about changes. It's talking about embracing the changes, and about going with the flow of it all. Don't resist the changes going through. So that's definitely an interesting aspect to that. So let's have a look and see what candle magic is all about on a deeper level. So candle magic was intention. So what are your intentions through this to move ahead through this thing? And that's going to help you go with the flow. You know what your intentions are, and using prayer. Speak your breath into the velvet, recite along its spine all that you desire, all that which will unravel. And it talks about a few spells that are complete with a candle or 2 or 10. Candles make the setting of a spell more magical. Candles carry our intentions into the universe. They pull our words and prayers along the spines and send them out through the tips of their flames. Aside from carrying our intentions, call in good spirits and nature's help us. So it talks about what colour of candles. So let's have a look at the reversed. As I said, that the card was actually reversed when I turned it over. Okay, so when candle magic is in reverse, you're being guided to call in good spirits to help with your goals. So it's talking about connecting with your spirit guides or spirits that are going to, or deities that are going to help you move through this process. Have you ever tried evoking a deity or an angel into your spells? Perhaps it's time to give it a go. Don't be shy about asking others for help. Sometimes we need a little helping hand when things become overwhelmed or we aren't sure how to proceed. Then it's got the different coloured candles to use. So that's interesting. So really when we're looking at this, we're talking about our desires, our creativity, our sense of wanting to move ahead out of all this chaos and stuff that's going on. So we need to use the trying to find some harmony as we move ahead. We are going to go through some huge transitions, some through challenges, some transformations, and it could come through by a ritual, by, you know, what's our intention, where do we want to go, and moving ahead as well. We might find things quite intense, quite chaotic as we move through this process, but you know, using a little bit of candle magic could help us move through with a positive intention and moving ahead. So that's interesting in working with these two decks, the Supernatural Tarot and the Samhain, connecting with what I've sort of studied with the decks, but also looking further at the books, and sort of getting a little bit more information maybe through that process. So this is Seasons of the Witch, the Samhain Oracle, and the Supernatural Tarot, and working together, pairing them up in a sort of a deeper study. I'm just going to do a few cards each day and see how I go with that process. This is something that's going to take a little bit of time working through, just connecting to these two decks together in readings and see how they sort of feel in getting the information that I need. I know I'm working on them for myself. Maybe I'll offer these as a reading as Halloween comes up in October, sort of once I've got a bit more of a, or maybe even before that, depending on how I feel. Anyway, that's it from me. Don't forget to check the links below, check the links on my channel, like, subscribe, and ring the bell so you know when the next video will be uploaded. Take care and blessed be.